Why can't you leave? I want you to stop whatever you're doing right now. And I want you to really hear this. You are not weak. You are not stupid. You are not crazy. You already know something is wrong. You've known for a long time. Your friends have told you. Your family has told you. Maybe you've even told yourself 100 times that you need to leave, but you didn't. And tonight, you're still there, still checking your phone, still waiting for a text, still making excuses for someone who has never once made an excuse for hurting you. So let me ask you something that nobody else has asked you directly. Why can't you leave? Not why won't you, not why don't you, but why can't you? Because there is a difference, and that difference is everything. As a therapist, I have sat across from hundreds of people exactly like you. Intelligent people, strong people, successful people, people who could solve every problem in their life except this one. And what I'm about to tell you is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to understand it. Because once you understand why you can't leave, you will finally have the power to do it. So stay with me. This might be the most important thing you watch this year. Before we go further, like this video and subscribe. There is so much more coming. The brain science. You are literally addicted. Let me start with something that will completely change how you see this situation. What you are feeling right now, that desperate pull back to this person even when they hurt you, is not a character flaw. It is not weakness. It is not a lack of self-respect. It is brain chemistry. Here is what is happening inside your mind right now. Every time your narcissistic partner is kind to you, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical released when someone gambles, uses drugs, or eats sugar. It is the chemical of pleasure, of reward, of more. But here is where it gets dangerous. Dopamine is not released consistently in your relationship. It comes in unpredictable bursts after a fight, after a cold silence, after days of being ignored. Suddenly, they are warm again. Suddenly, they are the person you fell in love with, and your brain floods with dopamine. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, and it is the single most powerful psychological trap known to science. Do you know what intermittent reinforcement is most commonly used for? Training animals. Specifically, it is the same mechanism used in slot machines. You don't win every time. You win just enough times, just unpredictably enough, that you cannot stop pulling the lever. Your narcissistic partner is the slot machine, and your brain has been trained to keep pulling. This is not a love story. This is a neurological trap. Now let me tell you about something called a trauma bond. A trauma bond is formed when cycles of abuse are mixed with cycles of affection. The pain and the love become so intertwined in your nervous system that your brain literally cannot separate them anymore. Let me explain this simply. When you first got together, they made you feel extraordinary, chosen, special. That feeling, that early rush, created a powerful emotional imprint in your brain, a blueprint of what this person means to you. Then the pain started, the criticism, the coldness, the gaslighting, the silent treatments. But here is the cruel twist. Every time the pain came, and then was followed by warmth again, your brain reinforced that original imprint even stronger. Because your nervous system was relieved, the threat was gone, they were back. And relief after pain feels remarkably similar to love. Think about that. Relief after pain feels like love. So when they apologize, when they hold you, when they are suddenly the person you fell in love with, again, your body physically cannot tell the difference between that relief and genuine love. This is trauma bonding, and it is why survivors of narcissistic relationships often say, "I know it's wrong, but I have never felt love this intense with anyone else." That intensity is not love. That intensity is your nervous system riding a roller coaster that it has been conditioned to crave. What they did to your identity. Here is something that most people never talk about. When you entered this relationship, you had an identity, a sense of self, opinions, preferences, friendships, confidence. dreams. And slowly, so slowly you didn't even notice, that identity was dismantled. Not with a sledgehammer, with a scalpel. A comment here about how you dress, a suggestion there about how you talk, a raised eyebrow at your opinion, a dismissal of your feelings, a subtle implication that your friends don't really get you, that your family is too involved, that your instincts are always just slightly off. Over months and years, you stopped trusting your own judgment. You started checking with them before making decisions. You started seeing yourself through their eyes, and their eyes were never quite satisfied with what they saw. This process has a clinical name. It is called identity erosion, and here is why it makes leaving almost impossible. When your identity has been eroded, when you have lost your sense of who you are outside of this relationship, leaving feels like stepping off a cliff into nothing. Because who are you without them? You genuinely don't know anymore. They made sure of that. Leaving a narcissist isn't just leaving a person. It is stepping into a complete identity vacuum, and the human brain is terrified of that vacuum. Now I want to talk about something that lives deep in your chest. Hope. The hope that keeps you hostage. You have seen glimpses of who they could be in the beginning, in rare, beautiful moments since. You have seen warmth, vulnerability, genuine connection, and you hold on to those moments like photographs. That is the real them, you tell yourself. This, the coldness, the control, the cruelty, this is the exception. The person I fell in love with is in there somewhere. I just need to be patient enough, loving enough, good enough. I need you to hear this from me directly, as clearly as I can say it. That hope is being used against you. Narcissists are not hiding a secret loving self that will one day emerge if you love them correctly. The glimpses of warmth you see are not accidents. They are tools, deployed strategically, just often enough to keep you invested, just real enough to keep you hoping. Hope is the most powerful chain there is, because you cannot fight it. You cannot argue with it. Every time you decide to leave, hope whispers, but what if tomorrow is different? And tomorrow never is. The clinical term for this is cognitive dissonance, the painful mental state of holding two completely contradictory beliefs at the same time. They are cruel, but they love me. I should leave. But what if it gets better? Your brain is exhausted from holding both of these truths simultaneously. And exhausted brains do not make brave decisions. They make familiar ones. Now, fear, the wall you cannot see around. Let me be honest with you about something that my clients rarely admit out loud at first. A large part of why you cannot leave is fear. Not just fear of being alone. Fear that runs much deeper than that. Fear that they are right about you. That you are too much, too needy, too sensitive, too difficult, that nobody else will love you, that you will fall apart without them, that you don't deserve better. These are not your thoughts. These are their thoughts that they planted in you. Over time, a narcissist systematically dismantles your self-worth so that the idea of surviving without them feels genuinely impossible. This is not accidental. An insecure partner does not leave. A partner who believes they are lucky to be chosen does not leave. Your fear of leaving is the evidence of how deeply the psychological damage goes. It is not weakness, it is a wound. And I want to say something that I want you to really absorb. The person who has been surviving this relationship, day after day, walking on eggshells, managing someone else's emotions, trying to be enough, getting back up every time they knocked you down. That person is one of the strongest people I have ever encountered in my work. You did not stay because you are weak. You stayed because you were broken down, and then told that the breaking was your fault. If this already feels like someone is finally speaking your truth, like this video and subscribe. There is so much more coming. Let's discuss why leaving is actually the hardest thing. People on the outside always ask the same question. Why don't they just leave? And I want to answer that question once and for all. Because leaving a narcissist is not like leaving a normal relationship. In a normal breakup, you grieve a person. You miss them. You move on. When you leave a narcissist, You grieve a fantasy. You grieve the person they pretended to be, the relationship you thought you had, the future you believed was possible. You are mourning something that never fully existed, and that is a uniquely devastating kind of grief. On top of that, narcissists do not let you leave cleanly. There is hoovering, where they suck you back in with grand gestures, tears, promises. There is rage, where leaving suddenly feels physically or emotionally dangerous. There is smear campaigning, where they tell your mutual friends their version of events before you can say a word. Leaving is not a moment. It is a war, and you have been fighting it already, alone, for longer than anyone knows. What you need to do now. So where does this leave you? It leaves you here, informed, and that matters more than you know, because the chains that have held you are not made of love. They are made of dopamine cycles, trauma bonds, eroded identity, manufactured hope, and planted fear, and chains you can see, you can break. Here is what I want you to do. First, stop asking yourself why you can't leave, and start asking what you need in order to leave safely. Those are very different questions. One keeps you stuck, one moves you forward. Second, rebuild one connection outside this relationship. One friend, one family member, one person who knew you before. Isolation is the narcissist's most powerful tool. Connection is yours. Third, write down what the relationship actually is. Not what it could be, not the best moments. What it actually is on a normal Tuesday. Put it on paper. Read it when hope starts whispering. Fourth, please speak to a therapist who specializes in narcissistic abuse. Not because something is wrong with you, because you deserve someone in your corner who understands exactly what has been done to you and can walk out with you. And fifth, be extraordinarily gentle with yourself through this process. You did not fall for a bad person. You fell for a highly skilled psychological manipulator. There is a profound difference. I want to leave you with this. The fact that you are here, watching this, searching for answers, trying to understand, that is not weakness. That is the first movement toward freedom. You are not trapped because you are broken. You are trapped because someone very deliberately built a cage around you and convinced you the walls were your own fault. But you can see the cage now, and that changes everything. You deserve a love that does not require you to shrink, a love that does not keep score, a love that does not feel like survival. That love exists, and you are allowed to want it. I'll see you in the next one. If this hit you somewhere deep, you already know someone who needs to see it. Share it, like it, and subscribe for more.